In this lesson, we are going to learn how to find out Vlookup with exact match. So the word V means vertical lookup. So you can see this is a table, and this table has different columns. And if you want to look up for a particular product within this particular table, most times if you have a bulky information that is very huge, to start to search those information for a particular product may be very bulky or burdensome. So there is some functions and formulas you can use to look for a particular product. For instance, if I want to look for these sandals, the price of the sandal, I only need to type here sandal. Okay, sandal. So once I type it, I will find out the exact price of the sandal. So what we did was just a vertical lookup of this particular product. If I change it to watches, okay, so get the exact price of the watches from this table. You can see watch here. Okay, so this watch, and the exact price of this is this. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. So in order to create that, I'll copy this table. Okay, so once I copy this table, I'll paste it here. So this is my table with the information. Okay, so now to do that, I have to write here the name of the products. Okay, so here let me say I'm looking for camera, and then here now I'm going to write my function. So in order to get this here now, I will just write equal then VLOOK. So there is a VLOOKUP, and then here you can see in VLOOKUP, the first thing we have is lookup value. So what is the lookup value here? We are looking up for camera, and then the next is table array. So from this table, this is the table, and then the next is the column index, then you put comma, column index. So the column index, if you count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the column index is 5, which is for price. We are looking for the price of this camera. So here I'm going to put 5, and then exact match. We are not looking for approximate match, we are looking for exact match. So we double click on this, which is 0, exact match is 0, and then I'll click enter. So you can see here that the lookup value for camera. So if you check camera here, so camera 2765.9. So 2765.9. okay, so that is the way to look for that. If I change the value here to phone, okay, I'll click enter, also get the exact value for phone. So that's one of the ways to do that. So another way you can also do that is, like here now I use this place we have C5 to G16. So you can also create this the name range for this table. Okay, you can create the name range for this table. Now for instance, if we have, let's say this is the information here, and the information here is I want to look for products, and then phone, I don't need phone, delete. Delete column, so here, okay, so I don't need this, so I only need this, I'll call this discount. Okay, so here now I want to also look up for this. So I am going to give this table a name, the name range for my table. So here you have to check in this place, okay, if there is any name. So I have already a product table, so I can give it a different name. I can say new table, new product. So I click after. So I've created a new table. So the name of this table, the range, is called that name table product. So what happened here now is, if I am looking for the price of this now, I'll say equal sign Vlookup. Okay, Vlookup. Here I will post the lookup value. So the lookup value is this. Okay, then here now, to find the name of the table, this table, and instead of selecting all this, I'll click F3. So F3 here, you see new table product. So I will type it and then click comma, put comma. Then the next is the column range. So the column range in this is, if you check here, product quantity discount price. So it is price I'm looking for, and price is 5. Price is 5 from this table here, and then exact match, which is 0. Then I close. So you see, if I change a mobile network to 87.00, you see. So if I change here to cosmetics, I will get the new value. Cosmetics is 3746.70. So changing this thing may be a little bit bulky, so there's alternative way to do that. Here now I will just click on data, and then you click on data validation. Here, instead of selecting that, you select list and then source. Then you select everything here and click OK. So here there's something like an arrow or a pull down menu that is here. So if I want to select any product here, I can easily select sandals. You see the name. So anything you are selecting here, it will come out in this place. Okay, so that's another way to do that. And then to make it more, more interesting, if I put here now total, for instance, total, let's say the quantity here multiplied by this will give us total. So it's simple. Say this times this. Okay, you click enter and have the actual value here. So if I change here to be 5 to be 8, so I'll get a price. If 8 laptop by this price will give me this. And then if I check for perfume by this particular quantity will give me this. So you can still change this quantity and make it to be in this pull down. Okay, so to do that, you also click on data validation and then choose list and select source. So the source is this, and then you click OK. So from here now, if we are selecting anything here, let's say 10, we get the value. So 10 multiplied by this will be 55,123.20. So that's how to work on work on Vlookup. Now to do for Hlookup, it is also similar. Okay, so H simply means horizontal. So that's the meaning of the word H. It means horizontal lookup. And to do that, you can see our table here is like in a horizontal form. It is also the same with vertical, but this is now in a horizontal form. So let's see, these are products. Okay, these are different products, and then in these products here now you have mobile network, you have also camera and so on. Product codes, have the different quantities and the prices are in this form. And then to do that, it is also similar like we've done this here. So I'm going to delete this to also show you what we've done. So here you see equal to, instead of using Vlookup, you see H Vlookup. So you double click. Now the lookup value is this we are looking for, and then here now you can now select the table. Okay, you select the table. This is the table we are selecting from. You put comma, and then here now you can now put on the row index. So the row index here is what? 4. You can see here it is 4. You click 4 and we're finding the exact. Okay, so here phone is 388 4.34. You can see it here. Row is this. So if I change here and put cosmetics, you can also watches. Okay, watches, you see the price for watches, cosmetics, you see. So it is still the same, similar. You can also do the same by clicking data validation, make it in a list form to be a little bit more dynamic. Okay, so that's how to work on Vlookup and Hlookup in Excel. We are going to consider how to create a nested VLOOKs. So most times you can create a VLOOK within a VLOOK. That is what we call nested VLOOK. For instance, we have two different tables here. So the first table here, you have the hourly rate of employees, their pay rate, their gross pay, dependents, and also states. So this dependent comes from this particular table. So you see different taxes for different dependents, and then we have states. So we have a table for states, state and region. So first of all, we need to identify the region which Florida belongs to. So to do that, we use VLOOK. Okay, so VLOOK, and then our VLOOK value is this. Okay, so once we create that VLOOK F2, then we now select the table. So this is our table. Okay, and then the next is the column index. So what is our column index? When you look at this place, the column index here is 2. Okay, and then we are looking for exact value, which is 0. 0 is for false, 1 is for true. So false means exact value. Then we click enter. Here you see that Florida, the region of Florida is southeast. So X here means southeast. If you trace from here now, you can see Florida. Okay, so here is Florida, which is southeast region. Now, what is the tax rate for people who are in the tax in these southeast regions? We can see it from here. You see southeast region. Now, dependent 1 is 1.0, dependent 2 is 0.8, dependent 3 is also 0.6. So, and the dependent for Florida is 3. Okay, it should be 0.6. Now, if we have a very huge sum of data, it will be very, very difficult to be allotting the regional taxes to them. So that's why nested VLOOK is very, very important. So in order to do this, we are going to create another VLOOK within this VLOOK. So outside this VLOOK here, you now write us another VLOOKUP, okay, and then you put your comma. Now, this particular first VLOOK, it is this VLOOK value for Florida, and then the next is our table array. So our table array is this. So this contains region and dependent. So we select this. Okay, so region and dependent, then you put your comma, and then the next thing we now put is our index column. So our index column here, now we are looking for dependent, and dependent is this. Okay, so here you click on dependent, that is our the column index. Now looking at this column index, if you count from this, you see we move from 1 2. So the column, the first column here is region before 1, so you say 1 2 3 4. So you see we move for 4 different columns before we get the third dependent. So in order to balance this, if you put 3, if you put only 3 here, which is this E2, it's not going to work out well, because if you count 1 2 3, so 3 should be on these 2. So what we have to do is we just click plus 1, okay, and then this plus 1 now balances this. So if it is 2, 2 plus 1 will now be 3. We move to this 3, and then we also need to put, we are looking for exact value, and then we close our parenthesis, hit enter. So you see So for Florida here now, you see that we have 0.6 for those who are in the third dependent, and then we populate by double clicking here, or you drag it down. Okay, so here now you see for the dependent state, which is 2, is Delaware. So Delaware, if you check from here, Delaware is MA, and MA here for dependent 2 is 1.1. Here you see we have 1.1. Indiana also is MW, Indiana is 1, and then MW1 1.1. you see we have 1.1. So that's how to create a nested VLOOK. Okay, when you have a very big data and then you try to populate it to look up for different information and then fill your table. So then the next we also consider is how to create a VLOOK for a large data set. Now looking at this particular table here, we have a very big table here. Okay, and this table has different tax rates for different salaries. So salary here 15, 20, 25 to 75,000. And then here now you have names of employees and their salary and their dependents. So dependent is on this. Why? We don't know. We want to populate this. So this is the employee room, and then the salary is this, but the dependent is 1. So here if you check 1 here now, those who are from 46 approximately. So you see here now 1 should be something like 10.4 in this, because we are looking for approximate or exact value for this now. So in order to populate the tax rate for all these individuals here with these different dependents and their salaries vary, so what we do here is we now say equal to VLOOK. Okay, VLOOKUP. Okay, so VLOOKUP, and then the VLOOKUP value is salary, and we now get our table array. So our table array is this. So these are table array. Then put your comma, and then after table array, the next is we now put our column index. So looking at the column index, if we are moving from right here now, you can see you have salary first. After salary you have 0. So here is 1. So you see 1, 2. Before we get 1, we have to move 2 different tables before you get 1. So this should be plus 2 before you get the dependent who are on 1. So what is our column index here? Our column index here is dependent, which is this C2. Now this C2 plus, here we have to move 2 columns before we get 1, so we need to add plus 2. Okay, so if you want to add the exact value, you also put comma 0, or you just leave it like this, it will still give us the right value. So here now you see this is 10.4 for those whose salaries are from this 45, this 46,000 approximately. So you see it falls in this range. So for those who are within this, it is 10.4. So depending on the type of data set and the table that is given to you, you know the type of VLOOKUP you have to use in order to get your value. So here now you populate by double clicking, it will now fill in. So those who are 56,108 that are independent 3. So here now you can see it is 13.4. Okay, so here you can check dependent 3. Dependent 3, if you trace it here within this 56,000, okay, 13.4. So that's how to 56, which is here. The tax rate is 8.7. Okay, sorry, it's 8.7. Look at it here, 8.7. You see 68 is dependent to 13.4. You check here, 13.4 dependent to, and so on and so forth. So that's how to work on VLOOKUP with a large table. Okay, so I believe that you can apply this in your own data set and information to enable you to work on your data easily. So when you are looking up for different particular information within